What's up, guys? This is Mike Lewis, going to be casting the final match in League of Dota Season 2, Week 3. We have on the Radiant, Yule's European Love Story. On the Dire, it's going to be ATF about Tree Fitty. And, well, so this is how it's gone so far. I casted Yule's in their first game, and then I haven't seen them since, and now they're in the finals. They had their semifinals, they had a free win, because the enemy team didn't show up at all. So, I mean... They had a pretty easy day of Dota so far. They haven't played at all in about Tree Fitty. They're all warmed up. Had two pretty decent pushing games, and it looks like they might even go for a third. In both of the last games, about Tree Fitty had the Invoker banned out from them. In this game, they will get their hands on it this time, along with the Nature's Prophet. It looks like they're going to be going for pushing once again. That is indicative by the fact that the Tinker is going to be their third ban of the game. Unfortunately for them, the Venomancer is not available. European Love Story must have seen some of the games. They're going to take precautions and ban out that Venomancer, which so far has been doing some pretty good work in ATF's hands. Yule's, they're going to go for Visage as well as Nyx Assassin. We saw how well the Nyx Assassin worked last game. It was pretty damn effective, all things considered. I mean, obviously it wasn't enough to win, but it doesn't really matter because it was enough to be a devastating force regardless. And we'll see if they can do the same thing this game. I'm assuming it's going to be Chicken MC once again on Nature's Prophet. That was pretty damn effective. And Visage Nyx Assassin, flexibility to either go in a lane together, put Nyx Assassin in the middle lane, which we saw last game. They could really do any number of things. But Yule's, they have a really, really good read on what ATF are doing right now. Like, unfortunately for ATF, they did not get a chance to see Yule's play. Or at least not today. They might have seen another game another day, which is unlikely, but possible. And they are going to have banned out from them Undying as well as Death Prophet. Now they can still go for... Well, that is not what I was expecting them to go for. Tusk. Okay, well, Tinker and TA are banned out. Going to protect the Invoker mid lane against TA, and Tinker, of course, will be totally anti-push. Crystal Maiden pick up on the European Love Story side, and then there you have the Crystal Maiden Visage classic combination. Assassin now does have a lane to himself, but Tusk. I've never seen a game with Tusk. I've never casted a game with Tusk. It should be interesting. The way I see him is that he's kind of an Earthshaker that does a little bit more damage. That's probably bad. He's more like a Sand King that does a little more damage. That's what I think he is like. He's like a single target Sand King. And well, his Snowball just recently got changed. It got buffed to do like all the stun damage to like everyone it hits, which is like what it should have been in the frickin' first place. But I honestly, guys, don't know where this fits in. I know Tusk has been picked up on occasion in pro games. Unfortunately, I haven't seen any of those games, so I can't offer any insight as far as that is concerned. I'm assuming it's not going to be a primary farmer role, because Tusk as a primary farmer, just in my games, has pretty much fallen flat on his face. Ice Shards is a fantastic skill, and especially against slow heroes like CM and Visage. And Juggernaut is going to be the pick. Okay, so the combo is Snowball with the Juggernaut into whoever, hopefully not Nyx, and then spin him. And of course Ice Shards. Interesting. I've never seen a Tusk being played, so this is a learning experience for me. We'll see what happens. And we have Nova going to be picked up by European Love Story. So Yule's going to go with a very, very standard kind of lineup. They are very, very soft, however. They don't really have anyone who I would consider tanky. Nyx Assassin could take a couple hits with his Spike Carapace, but that's about it. Yule's have their mid lane, have their tri-lane set. Off lane is going to be banned out in the form of Clockwork, though there's always an off lane hero to pick from. About Tree Fitty, I'm thinking it's going to be mid lane Invoker. Nature's Prophet going to be doing the bottom lane just like last time. Or rather, just like last time, except for Mirrored. And then Juggernaut, Tusk, someone. They need a ranged hero. I think they do. I don't know. They're not too heavily into the pushing. I mean, Juggernaut, Nature's Prophet, Invoker is still pretty good. They need a... I have no idea who they need. Like, I don't know Tusk synergies. Maybe someone who could... Maybe a melee support again, if they could just be super aggressive with Snowball. That would be incredibly greedy. I would say Nyx would be not terrible. But, Earthshaker would probably be not the best. who's it going to be? I mean, CM, Visage, Venomancer, all out of the pool. Tusk as a support is kind of an X factor, so you want a ranged hero. You could have someone follow up behind the snowball. That's completely fine.
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, obviously VS is still in the
5
pool.
seconds remaining.
Witch Doctor. Calling it now.
Reserve time.
Bring in the Witch Doctor. Just anyone with a stun, really. Because even if they snowball someone, start spinning them, and you'll have the Invoker to set up a Stun Strike. So that's a lot of damage. And Nature's Prophet, of course, will have the Sprout. So if that happens and there's going to be a giant painted target on the map that says, hey, shoot the Sun Strike here, you can probably even shoot it on the minimap. I don't know if you can shoot Sun Strike on the minimap, but if you could, then it's probably possible. I've never tried it because I like hitting my Sun Strikes, but it might be a thing. But I don't know what Tree Fitty are really going to go for with this Tusk pick. It's a little bit interesting. And a Rubik. Okay, fair enough. Range stun. It's really all you need.
Team pick.
So About Tree Fitty are going to go, once again, really deep into the mid game. They have a little bit better late game this time because they have the Invoker. They have Tusk damage in quotation marks. They have a Juggernaut as well. Though Yule's, their late game is far superior to Tree Fitty. So expect to see a game similar to game number 2 that we just cast, the last game that I just casted, if you are watching in order or if you are on stream or on Dota TV. Should be another one that's similar to that, with Invoker taking the place of Queen of Pain. It's going to be hard for him to be as effective as Queen of Pain because Invoker doesn't have the mobility. He's more of a stick and fight kind of hero, and in that sense you won't be able to do as much as the Queen of Pain, like dip in, dip out, get a kill. Not as much burst, and his burst is on much higher cooldown, or his full burst is rather. But we'll see if this pans out for About Tree Fitty, because going for a Tusk is always risky because it's Tusk. But at the same time, I like the hero. I haven't had that much success for him because whenever I'm like, yo, let's snowball in, they're always like, okay, and they walk away, and then I go in, then I die. I'm like, yo, why are you doing this to me? Why? Also, they always get away with like 3 hit points. I don't know if that happens to anyone else. That's just something that happens to me when I play Tusk. But Yule's taking their sweet time. I guess a tanky offlane would be the best, but I mean, Bristleback out, Timbersaw, both of those 2 heroes would be friggin' amazing for them right now. Fortunately, not really an option. Going for a Weaver would be pretty good, though a Magnus would also be pretty good. But Nick Assassin on either the mid lane or off, Magnus could be the same thing you could be done with Magnus. So that's not going to be too terrible, and we have ourselves a real lineup. Yule's with a pretty good mid game. Early game locked down by the CM Visage, but really just a well-rounded lineup from Yule's. Whereas ATF going to go much deeper into the mid game. Get the right HUD up. Check for Bastion. Damn, it's fine. We'll do this because everyone agrees. 10 out of 10 dentists agree that the Bastion announcer is by far the best announcer. So you should always look for that. I should just buy it. I don't even know if I can anymore. But we have ourselves a real match. Yule's going to be playing on the Radiant side. We have McGraw on the Nyx Assassin with the Stout Shield, so he's definitely looking to hold a lane by himself. Teddy is going to be playing the Magnus, geared up for the mid lane it looks like. Silvos is going to be supporting as the Crystal Maiden. Eunice is going to be playing the Nova. And Bale is going to be on the Visage. On the ATF side, we have Rikyu going to be playing the Juggernaut. We have Narok supporting as the Tusk. Also supporting is going to be Derp's Rubik, and mid lane is going to be the 2 on Invoker. Chicken MC is going to be the Nature's Prophet and the 2. Very interestingly enough, wait, did I say Nature's Prophet last game went to the offlane? He didn't. He was jungling. I don't know why I said that. The 2, interestingly enough, judging by this build, like his setup and his setup alone, I'm inclined to think that it's going to be a Wex Invoker. And I'm saying that because he's starting off with Blades of Attack. If you're going for Exhort, you usually get Exhort level 1, right? That's usually a thing. So there's that also. So he's gone for Quas level 1, which is usually more indicative of a Wex build. He also is holding Blades of Attack, which means he wants to go for a fast phase boots, which is also indicative of a Wex build, because when you're going for a Wex build, the real goal of it is to move at max movement speed for as long as you can. Like, get up to that 522 mark and then just run places. And as far as this game is concerned, they don't have that much damage, so I don't know if that's really the best for them. They would really like to have those Forge Spirits just for that extra pushing. But it could be an Exort build. It could just be going Exort with a different route, and that could be just fine as well. Ice Shard's going to fly. Eunice as well as Bale cut out. The spin is going to happen, but they're going to find a tunnel way out. No, Eunice is getting lifted up. Dragged back as well. Is there enough damage to kill him off? Yes, there will be. Derp, drawing first blood onto Eunice.
What is this? I came here to
Easy first blood using that broken skill Ice Shards. And Ice Shards, very situational, but at the same time, could be very, very good. In the meantime, top lane, we have McGraw versus Chicken MC. Chicken MC should have a vast advantage in this lane. You can look back at this mid lane, Teddy. You can get roughed up by the 2 very quickly off the bat with a level 1 Cold Snap. Wouldn't be surprised to see a level 2 Cold Snap being picked up, actually. The additional Quas means you could harass very, very aggressively. And, of course, you only have 1 skill. You might as well jack it up as much as you can. Exort level 3 it won't be terrible, but I think going for another point in Quas at level 2, level 3 rather, is going to be what they want to do. We'll see. We'll keep most of our attention, though, on our bottom lane here. Ice Shard's going to fly, and Bale, once again, is trapped, though. This time he's going to run pretty safely. Here comes the Snowball of Death into the Spin of Death. Bale is not getting focused by the tower, and he's right on top of that Visage. It's going to be a kill. Rikyu can take some damage on his way out. Derp can get frozen, and a Lucent Beam onto Derp, but the tower aggro is taken by Narok. Teleportation coming in. It's the Visage once again respawned. But ATF, with this Tusk play, so very sneaky. He's unfortunately out of mana, though. He's going to use his Clarity, get back up, but it's not really going to be enough. And what is happening here? There's going to be a Skewer angle, possibly. No, it's not going to happen. The 2 are just going to keep working on Teddy. Still not going into any real direction. He can go Wex or Exort off of this start. Though, no Sunstrike. I think if he was going Exort, he would have gotten Exort by now for the Sunstrikes on the bottom lane. Hell, even the top lane. As I said before, Sprout is a giant, a giant aim here marker. We'll see. His next level should determine that, and then we will get to make more analysis off of that. So the Tusk does have an Ice Shard. He does not have enough mana for a Snowball and Ice Shards, however. So they're probably going to wait until that happens before they actually get this Snowball rolling. But they're looking for more blood. They're playing very, very aggressively right now. All these trees have been destroyed due to these Ice Shards as well as teleportation in. So kind of awkward place. Like, this tower is not really covering as much space as they would really like, the Yule side. Regardless, the Tusk almost has enough mana. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, they have enough mana now. I think Verhoogen Basilius in this lane is pretty much necessary, because there's also enough mana for a spin. There we go. That is only level 1 spin. Juggernaut would probably want to get level 2. He'll have enough mana for that once he gets that as well. So level 2 spin into after a Shard and Snowball. That should be a kill on pretty much anyone. I mean, Yule's lineup on this bottom lane, you would expect it to be the one that's controlling the lane, being super aggressive, because they have two support heroes that are ranged with the aura from Eunice. And when you have that, there's just so much poke. But the problem is that the gap is closed so quickly with a Tusk Snowball that you could poke them and it'll sometimes work. But if you poke them a little bit too long, then they'll just turn around and kill you, and you won't be able to back off. And the poke all of a sudden becomes into a full-fledged engagement. And that's really awkward. Alright, we are going to be seeing a Wex build from Invoker. I like it. It recently got buffed. Might as well try it. I'm a fan of Wex Invoker. I know it's not the best. Like, whenever I play it, I'm like, damn, I wish I could do damage. But it's fun. It's definitely fun. And now we might have more blood. Gotta watch out for that Snowball. Because, again, Luna is a great hero in the tri-lane in that she's fast and she's able to do a lot of damage. But that fast movement speed usually allows her to kite. You can't kite when you have a Snowball coming towards you. And you can't outrun that. That's just not going to happen. At least not yet. So I actually like this tri-lane that's being set up right now. I definitely think it has its weaknesses. I mean, no tri-lane is without them. But it's fine. It's working out just fine. Taking a look at the top line, Chicken MC getting bullied by McGraw. 12 for 2 versus the, if I can click on him, 24 for 6. Chicken MC doubling up on McGraw's kill score and denies. Dropping pretty low, but he does have a salve, so it's not going to be a huge issue. And here we go. We have another potential dive. Eunice might be in a ton of trouble. Line up the Snowball and roll on in. Autobots? No. What are they? Okay, go back to the lane, Autobots. That's a shame. What a shame. Alright, so, but regardless of whether or not they actually get kills on this Luna, they're keeping her pretty far back. Oh, there we go. Eunice getting attacked with the Ice Shard. Spin is going to happen as well. Snowball for stuns. And the Blade Fury is just going to do work. Nova as well as Soul Assumption can put Narok down pretty low, but he has another salve. He's going to be just fine. He has mana for another set of shards. And Invoker actually going to go for a Hand of Midas off of this. That is very peculiar. I mean, Hand of Midas on Invoker is never really bad. But going for Blade, I guess Blades of Attack just for the damage isn't terrible either. Okay, that's fair enough. Not going to rush up Phase Boots. Just going to hold it for the early game damage. And I don't think... I guess Null Talisman is slightly better for damage. It also gives you other stats, but it's also more expensive. So, there's that. Bottom lane working really well for ATF right now. Wouldn't have expected it, but Tusk is... Turns out Tusk is a real hero, guys. He's actually pickable. McGraw on the top lane has hit his level 6, as has Chicken MC. Chicken MC is somehow out of mana, though. Gonna get hit with an Impale. Not gonna result in anything, and Narok now completely tapped out of mana. There is no Arcane Boots on this bottom side for the Dire. Nowhere near, actually. I think a Ring of Basilius, again, you have to pick it up in this particular lane. Because Juggernaut's starved for mana, and Tusk is starved for mana. That just small mana regeneration aura is going to be absolutely huge. Taking a look at this mid lane once again, Invoker is going to be fairly even with the... Okay, I just completely whiffed that. That was my bad. Completely whiffed on... completely even on the CS, rather. And he lost his Clarity Potion really quickly. But that was just a very simple setup from McGraw after Sylvos. And the mana regen aura, once again, going to do work for Yules, actually. Everyone on Yules could benefit very, very highly from the extra mana regeneration. Director teleporting up here, not too much effect. I think Rikyu as well as Narok, though, they're capable of shutting down this lane. You can see Luna is already very far back. McGraw now is not spotted out with these sentries. They're going to try to go for Sylvos, but it's a trap the entire time. Chicken MC can unleash the Wrath of Nature. That should kill off Sylvos. It'll bring her very low, at least. Chicken MC will go down before he kills Sylvos. Needs one more hit. Mana Drain going to do work, and now McGraw on his way out. Let's see how good the block is. It won't be perfect. You need an absolute lockdown block if you're going to get the kill. So Chicken MC teleports in, tries to get a kill, ends up feeding 2 kills very, very quickly in this lane. Derp survives, but it's a small price. A big price to pay, rather. And now here we go. Eunice is not level 6, no Eclipse. And Narok. Oh, there it is. There it is. Fight. Man fight. Ice Shards and duels. Rikyu's going to get in there with the spin. Chicken MC going to summon some trees and actually block Rikyu. Chicken Y. There's a Sprout. No tangos. Eunice is going to die anyway. Okay. No harm, no foul. They got the kill. It's okay. They're going to take down a tower as well. In the meantime, Wex Voker has yet to leave the lane, which is usually what you see a little bit more from Wex Invokers. Here comes McGraw. Going to land a 2-man stun. Not bad on him. Vendetta after. No, it's not even going to be needed because Teddy's here as well. Has a skewer into RP. Probably should use it. There you go. Rikyu now is going to get lined up very easily for a Vendetta hit. And don't misclick. There it is. Easy kill for McGraw and Teddy together. Meantime, top lane, the 2 has moved up there. Has an EMP ready. Not the fastest EMP launch, though. Takes quite a bit of time for it to charge up. 2.6. It's flat? I thought it was... What? Did they change it? It used to be... Okay, I guess it's just flat duration now. That's cool. It used to scale with Wex. Like, the more Wex you had, the shorter it would take to blast. And I guess having a flat duration it's useful. You don't have to keep timing it. And the tower is going to be denied, but is there a tornado? There's a cold snap, and 1 hit to slow him down. Need derp to lift. There it is. EMP is going to pop as well. Kaboom! Goes the Visage. That might be the first time ever I see an EMP kill someone. But hey, kill's a kill. They take down a top lane tower. They also get a kill onto Eunice on the bottom lane. This Luna not having a good time at all. 0-4-0. Now just have Eclipse, but Eclipse doesn't matter when there's a Juggernaut who is magic immune and sometimes completely immune with the Blade Fury and Omni Slash respectively. And of course there's all this stuff from Nature's Prophet taking those beams as well. So it can only help so much. Phase Boots now up on Invoker. Wex Voker, not really seeing the strength of him right now, but I'm sure we'll eventually see the initiation with Tornado EMP. If you could drain out Nick Assassin, he's going to be real sad. Visage the exact same way, Luna the exact same way, as is the Mag, though. Mag with Arcane Boots, so not as sad as he could possibly be. Holding EMP and Cold Snap. Usually I would hold Cold Snap and Tornado, and then quickly invoke an EMP, but it looks like Tornado is now invoked. If they could catch Teddy with an EMP, it won't completely drain him out. How much does this burn? 325. It'll burn out a hell of a lot, though. A hell of a lot. McGraw now coming in with Vendetta, but ATF, they smell something coming. They're instead going to go for Roshan. Now this is incredibly risky because no one is putting down any sentries. Please tell me that there are sentries here. Uh-oh, guys. ATF. Well, first of all, Derp's going to get buzzed down. That was really easy. Omni Slash from Ricky. Omni Slash is going to do a lot of damage. There's the Tornado. There's the EMP doing a lot of damage. And to bail. Skewer out from Mag. He's going to get away safely. Teddy, though, still wants to fight, perhaps. Invoker running uphill. He does have a lot of quas, so his regen is pretty high. And Roshan still getting work down slowly but surely. Frozen Sigil doing work as well, but here comes Teddy. Does he have an RP? He does have an RP. He's going to land it as well. Instantly, the Invoker goes down, and the other two heroes in a lot of trouble. Polar Punch, not going to do too much. Narok is going to get bashed down by Roshan McGraw. He's actually unable to get the kill because Narok going to snowball away. Freezing Field, 1 HP, 2 HP. He's going to live. Is there any more mana? Needs a Shockwave, and Teddy Shockwave jukes. It's going to miss. Narok lives. What a snowball. Rubik, meantime, picking up 1 kill. Crystal Maiden getting killed by the Tornado on her way down. Teddy also on his way out. The movement speed from Invoker just isn't enough. He's going to invoke a Sunstrike. That's not going to kill. And it might hit, but oh, that was really close. That's 100 damage, I think, on the level 1. Yeah, that wouldn't have killed anyway. But wow, what an escape from Tusk. Walled in by his own Ice Shard, snowballs away onto the CM, and then lives with literally 1 HP. What an escape. Friggin' Houdini in the house right here, guys. They're going to once again try to go for Roshan, this time with a Sentry Ward. Look at that. Oh no, this is the enemy Sentry Ward. They don't have any sentries. Guys, there's a Vendetta on the other. Okay, there we go. So they're going to go for Roshan, Polar Punch, and well, it's going to be an even trade on wards. This Familiar getting the kill on the Sentry, on the Observer ward, while the Sentry ward is still alive. Roshan slowly going to get brought down from an ATF. They've seen this episode before. I see something like this. Familiar. Can it be a heroic Familiar? There's no one from Yules around, so I think this might be ATF. Yes, ATF, they're going to get the Roshan and to get the Aegis, unless they really, really mess up. Like HY at TI3 mess up. It was KYXY? The Wind Ranger denied the Aegis. That was hilarious. I love that. Freezing Field has actually been stolen by Rubik. I guess that's what helped him kill off the Nyx before. But now with the Aegis up on the Invoker, he has Tornado, Cold Snap ready and invoked. Shockwaves are going to fly, but the pushing is going to continue. No healing ward just yet. But they're just going to poke away at the tower. Mana burn from the side. McGraw going to get snowballed. Here comes the snowball, boys. Narok unable to engage on that one, though. But there's an RP onto 3. Teddy going to steer 2 of them back into the clutches of Sylvos with the Eclipse. Where's the Eclipse from Eunice? Not going to cast just yet. There it is. We're going to burn down 1. Burn out the Aegis. Narok is going to go down as well. Ricky, you're going to spin down the Luna, though. Could turn around for an Omni Slash. Might be a little bit risky, though. There's the Invoker going to respawn from the Aegis. Teleportation coming in from Chicken MC. There's a Sprout. Invoker taking a lot of damage. He will go down. Rikyu gonna get in there with the Omni Slash to kill off the CM for a triple kill. Might get 4. He's gonna get 4 as well. It's an ultra kill for Rikyu. And I think this fight might be over. Nyx Assassin, the only one alive. Tower is still technically alive. Chicken MC is gonna put a lot of bodies on the front line. McGraw completely without mana. And the rest of the team from ATF is going to come right back into this. They're not done. They have a snowball. They have a walrus punch. And I think McGraw is going to learn that fact. He does have Spike Carapace, though. I think, well, snowball, I don't know if it stuns you. I think it shouldn't stun you if you get Spike Carapace while you're snowballing into him. I'm not entirely sure on how that works. Because it should happen at the same time. Like, you're invulnerable while you do the damage or whatever. I don't know. Who knows? Who cares? Got to deal with this catapult, and then here come the March of the Treants. Last March of the Treants, and they're going to start working down this tower. There's Ice Shards going to fly, hit onto 1 poor melee creep. Fortification will slow them down, but I don't think there's a deny in sight right here. There's a Blink Dagger into a Skewer up for Magnus. That's how we got 3 in the RP before. The RP, in that, though, not this time, not up for another 30 seconds. Ice Shards spotting out the Familiar, though not doing anything. This time they're prepared with sentries. Gotta be prepared for that Nyx Assassin. McGraw gonna be spotted out completely. There's a Tornado EMP. There's the initiation from the Nyx Assassin, though will not result in anything. There's a Snowball Stun. Polar Punch as well. Not doing that much damage. There's the spin. McGraw might get blended down. It's not gonna be enough. Soul Assumption onto the Invoker, dropping him down to about half HP. And Vendetta stolen by Rubik. It's so hard to steal Vendetta, but Derp stole it, and that is going to be huge because McGraw now will not know what's coming. What? It didn't do extra damage? It looked like it should have, but McGraw now going to get cold snapped up, try to kill off Narok. There's the Blink Skewer onto Rikyu. He will spin out and will be just fine, however. Nyx Assassin does go down. Sylvos dropping the ultimate for absolutely no effect. It's going to be 1 for 1 so far, though the trade favoring ATF. The tower still taking damage in the meantime. Top lane also taking a little bit of damage as well. And Chicken MC Can teleport down to the bot lane. He's going to go for Shadow Blade. He's going to be playing that full-on rat roll. In the meantime, Rikyu as well as the 2 still in this mid lane. Rikyu does have an Omni Slash level 2 up. And whoever he catches with that, I think they die. If it's one person at least. The 2 going to put some more damage on this tower. Not too much, about 20 damage a pop every time he fires. Derp going to get caught out. Shockwave. Ooh, Spike Carapace. Return some damage to Teddy. But really, they're not fully engaging onto this. I mean, they're poking and prodding, but really, they're just buying time for Chicken MC to push down this bottom lane. Wait for another Wrath of Nature to be up, and then fight again. They'll have the Omni Slash. They'll have Tornado EMP. Speaking of, there you go. Boom goes the mana, and Teddy gonna get caught. No, it's actually gonna be McGraw gets caught. Polar Punch onto him. Spike onto 2, however. McGraw might walk from this. Narok right on top of him. Frozen Sigil gonna slow him down just enough for Juggernaut to get in there. No Omni Slash used. No Omni Slash needed. Visage. I don't. What? Okay, maybe he thought. I don't know what the plan was there, but maybe kill off the mag. Yeah, that was the plan, but that was really greedy, to say the least. Tornado EMP is once again up, and they're going to keep on rolling into this tier 1 tower. Bale is there, spotted out. The 2 just has to throw it out to Tornado. Let's see if these familiars, with their damage charges, can get this deny. And it's going to be close. It's not going to be done. Tornado going to catch that Visage. EMP will burn out all of his mana. Now Cold Snap as well. Here comes the chase into a Fade Bolt. Bale's going to drop. One more hit. There you go. The 2 is going to find a killing spree. And I think that's it. He's going to find himself a 4 staff, has the drum, has the phase boots. He's going to take a lot of damage. Blink into Skewer. Dead Invoker. Ghost Walk can only save you for so long. Magnus is going to track you down and kill you. They lose the Invoker. They gain the Visage in tier 2 tower though. And top lane all the while is being pushed. Chicken MC with the Shadow Blade up. When he's not suiciding, he's going to be split pushing. And we'll find some familiar kills perhaps. No. Familiar stomps 2 OP. Oh, they're going to drop a Sentry Ward and spot McGraw on their way out. They're going to turn around for this. Yes, there's the Ice Shards into a snowball, into a spin. McGraw is going to break the invisibility. They couldn't see him, but he doesn't know about it. There's the RP onto 3 with the Eclipse. Everyone's going to die right here, right now. Eunice gets a double kill. And everyone else, except for Chicken MC, who did not get caught in that RP, is going to die. What an RP from Teddy. Really delivering when this team needed it. And then, of course, the follow-up from Luna. But really, Eclipse is a lot easier to use than RP, let's be honest. That's going to be a couple kills for Yules. They are very, very far behind as far as the towers are concerned, looking to make that a little bit less so. This mid lane tower, not that long for life, although Invoker, if he comes back, he could very easily defend this. Wex Invoker's defense is absolutely absurd because Tornado and EMP does so much. And he's fast as well. As long as he doesn't get tagged with a RP, he should be just fine. Meanwhile, Chicken MC doing more split pushing goodness with the Shadow Blade. And top lane, bottom lane being split pushed while the rest of the team goes mid. They have a Tornado EMP. They don't have the Aegis, was burned a long time ago. Roshan will be up shortly. Or should be up shortly. We'll take a look at the official clock once the notification pops up. And Eunice might be in a little bit of trouble. The Wex Invoker is moving in quick, and the Snowball is going to move in quick as well. Derp looking for the range. There's a Tornado going to miss onto everyone. They will catch Eunice, however, does not have a Eclipse to get out of here. He's going to try to fight his way out, but Walrus Punchu and a perma-stun Cold Snap. Can't even get a single glaive out. That's going to be an easy kill onto the Luna, who has still had a very shitty game despite that pretty good Eclipse. They're going to keep on going. It's a 4 staff up for Nick Assassin. Last game we saw a Blink Dagger up on Nick. Did work. Teddy does have his ultimate in 6 seconds. So ATF, they got to be careful about clumping.
Have fun trying to bust down Radiant's.
Like right now, there's a 2-man RP there, but still, there's a light push in the bottom lane. Not really committing into anything. What's really going on is they're buying space for top lane to be pushed. Nature's Prophet slowly doing work. Doesn't have to worry about anyone except for possibly a Nick Assassin, but they see Nick Assassin up down in this bot lane. And teleportation, it's going to be Eunice going up towards there. But seeing that, they're just going to pop the Alacrity and then go right back towards the tower. Aggro will be drawn, but that's not really a terribly huge deal. McGraw will get caught in the Ice Shards. Are they going to snowball in for this? They will not. Tower is going to get destroyed. No familiar denial there. In the meantime, Chicken MC still doing his stuff. Nature's Prophet things up on the top lane. Tower is not long for life there, and these familiars also will probably get brought down. Penguin Punch. Okay. Tornado just to try to catch the familiar. That's not going to work.
Radiant lost
But
the
now
top
all
tower.
tier 2 towers are down, going to give ATF a huge gold advantage. Experience, though, almost at 0. Because they're Juggernaut, Tusk, as well as Rubik. That tri-lane really hurting as far as the EXP is concerned, but still level 2 Omni Slash. That's decent enough. Don't really need that much more than that. I mean, of course, you will get stronger with the Aghanim Scepter that's inevitably coming up, as well as the level 3. But really, can't ask for much more. Now Roshan's up. Perfectly timed for ATF, though. Do they have sentries? Big question time. They don't. Do they have sentries incoming? Secondary big question time. They still don't. So they might spot out someone coming in with this little bit of overlap. No, this is actually blocked, so they're not going to see the smoke for sure, though. Now they might have caught Teddy. I think they might have. Oh, yes, they definitely have. McGraw going to get a huge stun with a 3-man RP, though. They were completely spotted the entire time. Eclipse stolen by Derp. It's not going to be doing enough because Eunice is going to burn him down immediately, instantly. 3 dead. And once again, Chicken MC is the only one to live from that one. He's going to try to teleport down to the bot lane and get some split push going. But that vision just gave Yules the most easiest fight of their life. Go in for a 3-man RP into an Eclipse. Easy kills. 3 down instantly. No response at all. And now Vendetta. Nick Assassin is going on the hunt. Has Dust as well. Chicken MC is going to try TP. Will get caught. Dust is there. Chicken MC is going to try to phase boots and run. We've seen this before. And Chicken MC run. Has phase boots. It's pretty quick, but he don't think he can outrun everyone. Here comes the blinking, skewering Magnus. And teleport. Teleport. He sticks the landing. He's going to live. But still, ATF lose so many heroes with that RP. Clumping up just a little bit too much. They did not expect to have vision to be revealed from that vision. And now this ward going to get dewarded. I think it was actually this ward that saw everything. And, well, ATF, they certainly paid the price for that. Their split pushing is still pretty good. They still have the gold advantage by quite a bit. However, if they keep taking fights like that, this game is going to slowly slip out of their favor. They're going to go for Roshan now. Sigil, making it very safe along with the healing ward. So it's very safe, very slow Roshan. And I think Yules should know that this is happening. Chicken MC, though, keeping them off balance with the lanes. Shadow Blade up, looking for possibly a kill. It's going to be a little bit risky. He doesn't know who's right behind him, and he's going to go for it anyway. Okay, that's pretty bold. There's the silence and the sprout. Not doing enough. Chicken MC now probably is going to die because he's too greedy. Yeah. Like, going for mag like that, it's probably not the best idea. And I'm not just saying that because he died, but, like, I could have told you that that was a bad idea. He's going to drop again. He's going to buy enough space for his team to get Roshan. Who's going to pick it up, actually? It was the Juggernaut? Yes, Juggernaut. So he's all but guaranteed an Omni Slash. The question is it worth it? I mean, is the Omni Slash going to do anything? And McGraw going to try to go for the 2. You can't actually catch up to an Invoker. I think they need a gem or just a ton of sentries. They still don't have any sentries. Come on, like, what's happening right now? What got stolen? Vendetta. Alright, so Vendetta, last time it didn't look like it did the red damage. I might just have missed it. But, like, Rubik, the beauty of Vendetta on Rubik is that the Vendetta is a ranged hit and you can instantly follow up with telekinesis. But we'll see. I don't think this ward caught that smoke. It looks like, depending on seeing as though how Yules is moving, they did not catch it. However, smoke is bad in the sense that when you smoke, you clump up. And when you clump up, you get hit by an RP, and when you get hit by an RP, you get hit by an Eclipse. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Smoke v smoke. They're going to both reveal each other. There's the dust, but there we go. The huge blast meteor combination, instantly killing off 2. This time it's going the other way. Chicken MC going to get it with a 2-man sprout, but the ultimate from CM doing so much damage. Derp going to look to return the favor. There it is. Silva's going to drop. Derp still alive. He's going to drop in the end. Bale going to get spun down a little bit, but he's not going to escape from that one. It's 4 heroes dead, and the mag is going to be the only one to escape this time. So many prizes, so many prizes. And we're going to be going into a straight push down the mid lane, it looks like. No Nature's Prophet, however, no split pushing. So it's only going to be a mid lane push, and by the time they get to the base, it's not going to be enough. I don't think it is. I'm going to try to get one familiar. They might get another. Yes, they will. 2 familiars on top of that. Not too terrible, all things considered. ATF definitely getting the upper hand in that engagement. Being able to isolate 2 immediately with the ice shards and then bowl them over with the meteor into a deafening blast combination. Invoker has turned out to go extort for the damage anyway. Not going to go full on to the Wex, so he has a pretty balanced build right now, but going into one direction early on is really the weakness. I did this huge spiel about how balanced Invoker builds are bad. That is purely in the early stage. If you go for like 1-1-1, 2-2-2, 3-3-3, that really sucks. But clearly the 2 hasn't been doing that. He got the 4 points in Wex for a functional EMP as well as Tornado, and he used it to great effect, and now he's going for damage, and I think that is fair enough. Alright, so it's 22 for 21 so far. ATF have still yet to break the base. They have some pretty big items being built right now. Invoker, I do believe this should be a sheep stick, so 4 staff into sheep, a pretty good way of initiating. 4 staff also coming up on Tusk, though that might be a Necrobook. Derp, still not yet at his mech, though he could buy it whenever he wants to. Juggernaut has picked up the Aghanim Scepter and Chicken MC with the Orchid, as well as Shadowblade up and available. On the Yule side, Sylvos with the Ghost Scepter has been getting some pretty huge ultimates off, all things considered. That Crystal Maiden ultimate has been tearing face. Bale with the mech up and another Chainmail. Not really too sure what that's going to be going for. Probably Medallion, I would say. BKB still being built by Magnus. Can almost afford that. 4 staff into a Belt of Strength. I think that has to be an Necrobook from Nyx. And Eunice has Helm of the Dominator. Has the Manta Style. Though I don't think that's going to be enough just yet. The Aegis is going to be reclaimed shortly enough. So ATF, they still want to make these fights happen. Chicken MC looking for someone to kill in the jungle along with the 2. They're going to spot off Eunice on the bottom lane. That's a very easy kill for them to take. They catch her with the Tornado. Luna, gotta back off. Run, Nova. So where do they want to go? Are they going to go to the bot lane? It looks like they're going to go to the bot lane. All the towers are actually almost perfectly healthy with the exception of top lane. I guess they just want to go for this bottom lane. They want to take down bot, they want to take down top. Leave middle for the slow split pushing later. And now McGraw might get caught. Whoever gets caught with Ice Shards, I think, might just die. Tornado, also a really big deal. Gotta watch out for that Blink Dagger, though. See Teddy off on the sidelines looking for a 2-3 man RP. So far, he's hit like 3 people every single time. And if you clump up in a push, you're gonna get punished for it by the mag. Even a Blink Skewer is all you need. There's a Shockwave revealing the positioning of the mag, and a ward being placed. So now they do see the mag, and I don't think there's gonna be any dewarding anytime soon. So the mag is not going to receive the best RP unless ATF really mess up. There's the blink forward into RP onto 2. Instantly stolen, though, by Derp. He's going to walk his way right in. Instantly RP into 2 as well. The 2 gets dropped immediately, as does Narok. Riku can do as much damage as he can. He does have an Omni Slash available. There's Familiars up in the air from Riku. He's going to try to draw them away. He does still have the Aegis, though he is all alone. He's just going to book it out of there. There's a Skewer, though. No, there's the Impale, rather, killing him off with the Shockwave. And now he's as good as dead. Needs to spin out of this. It will not happen. And it's 4 heroes dead. Well, Omni Slash Familiars are annoying when that happens. Gonna waste the Omni Slash, but it doesn't really matter. By the time he's up again, it will be back up. And Yules, they catch 2, but crucially, they burst down the Invoker. I don't think Invoker had a single chance to get 1 spell off. I think he was just dead before he get anything off. The RP wasn't the best, but it caught the key hero in the Invoker. And after the Invoker goes down, ATF, I mean, Juggernaut can only do so much. They can only do so much in that fight when you have so much magic damage being thrown around like that. So, RP, not the best, but still more than enough to get the job done. It's going to put ATF put a little bit of a interruption in their flow. However, the sheep stick from the Invoker is soon to be coming up. They need this Invoker in the back. If he gets caught with the ultimate from Mag, if he gets caught with the RP, he's dead. And then the fight is over. Because they need this Invoker so much. Sorry, drinking water. They need the EMP, they need the Meteor. I think most importantly, they need the Deafening Blast. Just because Deafening Blast is a really good skill. So they need to take these fights very, very carefully. That's where their push comp kind of runs into a wall. In that they need to take fights outside the base. Because if they go into the base, when they don't have any vision, they're going to get hit with an RP. It's just what's going to happen. Even though Rubik returned the RP, it just wasn't enough. It just wasn't enough. And McGraw now, he gets spotted out by Narok. He might be in a little bit of trouble. Familiars, though, going to reconsider. Split push from ATF, going to keep the pressure going. However, they need to take a really nice, dedicated fight right now. That is going to happen outside the enemy base, and that's also going to happen when Narok isn't doing this. That's not exactly going to help. Tusk isn't the best when he's trying to break a base. He's best in open environments when he could, jump in with a snowball, kill someone, and then run away, and not get stun locked in huge AoE. Oh, that's pretty much all of ATF, actually. No one's really good in that huge AoE fight. And Yules, they have quite a bit of it. Eclipse, level 3 now. RP, the same thing. Next Assassin with the 4 staff is going to land an easy impale onto whoever gets hit with the RP as well. So whoever gets RP'd is pretty much as good as dead. Familiars feeding a little bit more gold to the 2. Though Tornado Meteor and a Sheep Stick up, he could defend this tower for quite a long time single-handedly. There goes one skill, there goes 2, 3, completely whiffing on everything, but that's fine. Because sometimes you just gotta scare the other guys. Riku gonna come in, though with the familiars around, Riku's Omni Slash not guaranteed to do anything at all. In the meantime, Chicken MC, he's gonna once again do suicidal things, but Ninja Prophet, you get caught sometimes, it's just the way it is. I think if the game continues as it is, then Yules are gonna be in the driver's seat for the rest of it. Take a look at the gold and experience advantage, still in favor of ATF, though the experience earned in favor of Yules. To be expected when the team is pushing so aggressively. They'll get ahead in gold, but behind in experience because they group up so much. And of course, they're behind in kills, which is also a thing. So ATF, they really have to make a fight happen outside of the enemy base. I think defending their tier 1 is probably the best thing that they could possibly do. Just because they'll have equal vision. They won't be facing that uphill advantage. They'll even be working with a vision advantage. Of course, this is kind of tight quarters in the tier 1 tower, so might not be what they necessarily want to do. And this tower is going to get brought down regardless. Teddy up on the front lines. Blink Skewer, a big threat. Tower is going to get brought down regardless. Split push from ATF. Kind of stymied by the fact that Ninja Prophet did go down. He is now back up, has a TP scroll, and he's probably going to go to the top lane. There you go. Roshan is up, spotted out by these familiars. And ATF, they have a really, really good Roshan killing team, but then again, so do Yules. Yules, though, have a better team for crashing Roshan than they do for actually taking Roshan. In Magnus, you need to be able to blink to the perfect positioning, and when you're coming in, when the enemy team's coming like this, yes, it's a tight cluster, but also you're blind because of all this vision. So it's kind of it could go either way very easily. And ATF, they have an Invoker who's the king of the Roshan pit, quite honestly. Don't get much better than that. EMP, Tornado, Meteor, Deafening Blast, that'll do work. Roshan is pinged out. Both teams know that this is going to be the focal point of the next battle. But if ATF start it, they could easily get crashed. And that is in the form of a Mag, of a Nyx Assassin. I'm going to start with some vision advantage for now. They don't really have anyone who could go in there and start really soloing it. Juggernaut does okay damage, but they're not going to Omni Slash Roshan. That's just not going to happen. Here we go, smoking up. They don't see anyone. Narok going to pop a regen rune on his way out of killing those ancients. And the frozen sigil. Whoa, no, the sigil. Run, sigil, from the familiars. I guess the familiars don't want to waste their damage there, but both teams know that Roshan is not being attempted. And I think both teams are scared about going in there, as well they should be. Whoever goes into the Roshan pit is at a huge disadvantage. And that's probably going to be very, very large. Now the familiar is actually in a little bit of trouble. 1, 2, 3. Familiars need a lot of hits to kill off this sigil. And the 2 cannot get caught out. Force Staff Hex still a great way to initiate. But Vendetta, Blink Skewer, Blink RP, a little bit better, I would say. The 2 going to throw a Tornado, looking for the Mag. Not going to be enough. Good attempt, but now they might be in a little bit of trouble because they're getting pincered Eunice from the side with the 2 supports. And now they're clumping up. Oh, this is not what's going to happen. Huge 4-man stun. Where's the RP? Where is it? There it is. Skewer into no. RP gets hexed. And now he's going to get punched up into the air. He's still alive. Popping out the BKB. He's not going to be able to get his RP off, but is it going to matter? Omni Slash can do a lot of damage to everyone. Onto the familiars. They're not even in their real form. It's 3 down for ATF. With a huge stun from the Nyx Assassin. Riku is going to walk, as is the Invoker. But Nature's Prophet does get brought down, so no split pushing for now. And then Yules right into the Roshan pit. Hell, you don't even need the RP. Shockwave value, Eclipse value. Was Eclipse used? Yes, it was. Eclipse value. With a 3-4-man Impale to start that off. ATF, you could see them just clumping up for just a second. Just 1 second, and then all of a sudden, you got a whole bunch of dead people. It's not fun, guys. It's definitely not fun.
Roche is gone.
R.I.P. Roche. Cheese is on the deck as well. Who's it going to be? It's going to be Nyx Assassin with the cheese. And now 31-21, ATF. Not looking that good this game. Yules firmly in the driver's seat at this point, despite the gold disadvantage. They have the team fight advantage. They have the positioning advantage every single time. Really, ATF, they have to be the ones making things happen, but they can't. Even though they have an Invoker with lots of Wex, they just can't make this stuff happen. The Invoker got the Sheep Stick off, which saved them from a 3-man RP, which would have meant nothing, actually. So, a little bit too late there. Now ATF, they're on the back foot. Juggernaut's not going to be doing enough late game damage to really stay up with the Luna. Satanic versus Aghanim Scepter. Satanic's definitely going to help you more in a heads-up fight, especially when you have Empower from the mag. Nature's Prophet needs to start. He's going to go for a Sheep Stick. I think that's a good way to go. Just out-disable them. That'll win you fights sometimes. But they have yet to break the base, and I don't think they can, not for a while. They need to take a couple team fights outside of their base, and this is not a good way to start. There's the hit, there's the Impale, Mana Burn for 600 damage into a Blink Shockwave. Easy kills for the Yule side. And Nick Sasson, in 20 seconds, he can do that again. That's the really scary part.
Guess what's happening to Dyer's bottom tower?
So now all the towers that ATF have taken going to be equalized, or most of them, for the most part. They're going to look to force the enemies back by just bum rushing the mid lane. So one tower gain for Yule so far, and so many treants, but you're going to funnel them into a pit of death. With the bouncing glaives and the shockwaves, with the Empower on Luna. So much damage that really ATF don't have any tools for. And now they're kind of at a loss. They know they're supposed to be pushing. Bottom lane being pushed by familiars, only familiars. Okay, these familiars are going to go down, it looks like. Maybe. Shadowblade one of them. Alright. Go familiars. Hero familiars. Well, they die, but Chicken MC doesn't get the gold from it, unfortunately. ATF going deep into the pushing, and unlike last game, they don't really have any. Haven't gotten their break yet. They haven't gotten that one fight where they get a couple free kills and then they breach high ground to Rax's. 37 minutes in, and Yule's, they've, I think, weathered the storm. We could see it reflected in the gold per minute graph. We could see it reflected in the EXP per minute graph. The worst is definitely over for them. Now they just have to bide their time, make sure Mag doesn't whiff any RPs, and they should be good to go. Sheepstick up on the Nature's Prophet, Shadowblade into Sheepstick, great way to initiate as well. Top of the Orchid. Then at that point you need a lot of value. Wow, really? He did it again. At that point you need a lot of value from the Invoker spells. Tornado, Deafening Blast, and Meteor. You need them all to hit on several people, because aside from that, the Omnislash is your biggest tool for damage. And with the Familiars there, and with Juggernaut's luck so far, it's not really doing that much. Ricky's been kind of bouncing to the wrong things all the time.
Coming through.
Alright, McGraw getting in there with the Vendetta. He's going to be spotted out completely, though. Instantly sheeped up. Is there any follow-up? There's the shards, and McGraw now stuck. He's going to force staff his way out and be just fine. Here comes the Luna for free CS. Glaives are fun to use, guys. And now, instantly into the tier 2. Now this is a little bit better for ATF to defend, because again, the mag is going to have to work with so much space. You can't really afford to get 3 in the RP. It's not really possible, unless they really mess up. Unit's going to get caught with the Ice Shards, though Satanic Aegis is going to be just fine. Tornado's going to fly, hit onto absolutely no one. And Familiars. One will get brought down. Frozen Sigil on the side. We're all going to get slowed down, but the Aegis, the tower, though, going to drop in the end. And the Frozen Sigil will also die. No, it will. Yes, it will. Boom, 120 gold. Familiars, Sigils, oh my. And ATF, they have no choice but to sit back and take it. Nature's Prophet split push the lanes out a little bit. Bottom lane being pushed very intensely, and top lane same way. Really, all you need is one hero in the Luna to do this, and that's a butterfly for her. I don't think they can kill this Luna, unless everything gets dropped on her from the Invoker. But then that's a little bit dicey still. Maybe if they get a good Walrus Punch. But still, Walrus Punch is like not a great skill at this point. Not really going to do that much. It's a disable, I guess, but that's about it. McGraw still moving around with that Vendetta. He'd easily pop people 100 to 0. Even CM getting a little bit of the gold going. That's a point booster for her. Is it going to be an Aghanim Scepter? It might be. It just might be. 30 seconds, Roshan will be reclaimed. We see a big smoke up now. The Hex is going to miss! Oh no, disaster. The 2. Oh god. That should have been a kill into a forced buyback. Which wouldn't have made their game, but it would have definitely helped. For sure would have helped. Rashawn's going to be reclaimed soon enough, but Aegis is going to be reclaimed soon enough, but Rashawn's still not up yet. And we're once again at this phase where we just sit back and do nothing. Fantastic. I love this part of the game. "40 minutes into the game, and this game is showing no signs of stopping." Zules, they're just farming up. I mean, hell, they have a Luna. They're going to take this late game. I said ATF, they have about 40 minutes. Was it this game that I said that? I think it was. They have about 40 minutes of effective game time. And at that point, they only have split pushing. Yeah, it's 41 minutes. And Luna is big. They shut her down really well. Like, she didn't have much for a great portion of the game, but now she's stacked. 175 plus 175 with that Empower bonus. That is a hell of a lot of damage. That is just terrifying. And then of course you have all these Necro books. There's 3 levels worth of Necro books up so far. Aghanim Scepter up on Visage. CM, who's 1400 HP, tanky as hell. McGraw going to find a free one. Impale into the Necro units, into no kill because of the lift up. Derp gonna stun himself. However, there's a tornado onto a whole bunch of heroes. Won't really matter though. There's a shards. Once again, gonna hit McGraw. Won't matter because he's not running that way. Chicken MC gonna get in there with the Hex. Visage killing off the Rubik in the meantime. Familiar stuns and a huge mana burn on Chicken MC. He's gonna go down as well. One after another. Bale's gonna find a double kill. In top lane, backdoor protection probably not worth butting your head up against. Let's just back up. Yep. Kill off the creeps, and then deal with the split push, because that's the only thing that's keeping ATF in this game right now. Quite honestly. That and the hopes of a beautiful Invoker combo. But when your Invoker gets initiated, it's probably not going to be able to drop the combo. That's just a thing. So top lane will get shredded really shortly, and here comes McGraw for the creep clearing, I guess. Fortification plus ice shards. Tower will be held. It's a matter of time before the mag finds a blink RP. The vision advantage is in the Radiant's favor. And Teddy looking for it. Definitely looking for it. So purple just ditched the bottom lane. He's not even going to bother with that. Like, we're going to lose a tier 3? Who cares? They still want to fight in this top lane. Eunice is going to shred the creep wave very easily. Manta style, butterfly, satanic. This guy is scary. And the bottom lane still being pushed though. ATF have an opportunity down there. I think Nature's Prophet, you just bail down to the bottom lane, right? Ice shards once again. Tower gonna drop. And you can only hold that for so long. Bottom lane still being pushed. No one from Yule is gonna react. Are they just gonna go for a push? Chicken MC, you have a TP scroll. I think you just gotta teleport out. Although bottom lane now will be held. Eunice with almost 6,000 gold. My god, now 6,000 gold. Cheese, what do you ditch? I mean, Butterfly Satanic is pretty much necessary. Max Style too. You don't want to ditch that just yet. You could go for pretty much anything. You go for MKB. A little bit more damage. Stat stacking wise, they already have the... She already has the real big items. You don't really need much more than this. Cheese eventually will get Ian BKB. Sure. Didn't need it up till now, but I guess it doesn't hurt. Protect yourself against the most dangerous threat, which is Hex. Very late BKB, but hey, whatever works. Now I have Scotty and Invoker. He's going to be doing some pretty good damage when he's not killed instantly. They're gearing up for a smoke? Yes, they are. Let's see what they can find. They see Eunice. Eunice does have buyback and then some. Probably has 2 buybacks. And they're going to ninja around. They are going to crash this party with the Hex. Eunice going to get snowballed, but there's a huge RP once again onto 3. There's no follow-up though. Eunice needs to drop that Eclipse. There it is. So much damage with the glaive bounce as well. It's 3 down. It's going to be a complete team wipe. Invoker is going to drop, and Rikyu on the way out. Teddy looking for a shockwave. The familiars looking for stuns. They're all going to miss, but Rikyu still slowed down by the beam. It's just enough. Derp is going to call GG, and Rikyu, he's going to live, albeit barely. Blink forward for a skewer. No, not in time. Not a complete team wipe, but still a pretty nice RP right there, because ATF, they clump. And you can't afford to clump. That will kill you all the time. 45 minutes in, and just like that, the game is over, guys. Yules take game number 1. We're going to move on to game number 2 right after a short break. GG.